I think white people are so triggered by black joy because they have zero control over it. And white people are all about control. And anything they don't get to control and manage and dictate freaks them the hell out.
They don't get to be the leader.
White people do not like black people. Forget the fake smiles they put on their face whenever they see you. Deep down their hearts, they don't love black people. White people do not want to see the progress of Africa. They also do not want to see the progress of black people wherever you are. Man, I live in Europe and I know what I'm talking about. White people derive joy in making life difficult for the black man or black woman. What other race, like the Chinese, the Arabs, people from the Middle East, what they get easily in Europe, the white man will make it very difficult for the black man or black woman to get. In fact, at times, I ask myself, what did we do to these people that they hate us so much?
You better shut your white mouth. I'm not kidding you. I know some of you was raised in the deep South and you was raised by prejudiced people and bigoted people. You better get that out of your system. You better get it out of your system. It'll cause you to suffer right along with those masters. It'll cause you to suffer right along with them. These are God's people. And I know that there's wicked in white races and wicked in black races and all that. I'm not justifying none of that stuff. I'm just saying God knows what happened to the black race. He knows how they wound up over here. And God is going to reimburse the black people for all their trouble and all their labor. You watch what I tell you. Watch what I tell you.
So white folks, why don't we want to know black history? Are we afraid? Are the powers to be afraid that if we really learned to appreciate the history of black culture in this country, we would see an example of love, an example of excellence, and an example of humanity that we could actually learn from, that we would benefit from, because we don't have enough of that in our culture. Is that what we're afraid of? Are we afraid of losing our positioning in a culture that's more so about winning and positioning than about life and enjoying life? And that's the concern with missing out on Black History Month. Race for What, thanks to the idea of Maker Taylor, is interested in also seeing February as Black Future February. But we have to understand that history. We have to understand why we should appreciate these people that have done nothing to harm us, no matter how much harm we have done to them, and how we can learn from them how to be the best version of ourselves. So while this world is crumbling around us as white people are scrambling around during this time trying to figure out what should I stand for, how about stand back, learn some Black history, and appreciate and invest in Black future for February. Thank you. Race for What?
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel once again. So guys, those days of bullying black people, especially black Americans, are gone. The days of oppressing black Americans are gone. Right now, white people are rage that the black folks are getting better than them and they can't bully them anymore. So right now, we are seeing majority of white people, they are realizing that white black people, they are becoming more successful in America, and also they have realized that they can't bully black people right now anymore. So kindly guys, I want you to watch this video till the end, then I'll be back with more comment. All credits goes to the original creator of the video. I'm your host Dash Lifestyle. Remember to give a video a thumbs up, and remember this video it is only for educational purposes.
I am trying to get real with myself and with other white people, and it is painful work. There's a whole lot of blame toward black people for being the cause of how white people treat them, and I'm trying to get to the bottom of that. I decided to take a closer look at slavery, since that's such a big topic in the United States. There has been slavery all over the world forever, and all colors of people have enslaved other colors of people for as long as we know about. But the transatlantic slave trade, in which Europeans brought African and Caribbean black people to the United States to be free labor in the new colonies before they were really the United States, is a whole different story of slavery. Slavery historically had to do with who won and who lost a war, who was convenient, who stumbled by at the wrong time, and so it wasn't specifically race-based. So why did these white Europeans choose black people to enslave? Because their physical differences from whites made it easier to create lies that they were biologically inferior. They invented science to defend this. It was easier to make these people who looked so different from us less human. And that lie made it easier to justify torture, rape, family separation, and death on a massive scale. And it made them, quite frankly, easier to identify if they tried to escape. The legacy didn't disappear when slavery ended. Eugenics came along and fed the racial superiority notion of whiteness, and it influenced the Nazi narrative along with the racial one. It carried over into segregation, Jim Crow, housing, policing, incarceration, education, all of that. If we're ever going to fix what's broken, we need to get curious enough to name how it got broken in the first place. White people need to get curious so we can say no more, not on my watch.
Corporate culture is white supremacy culture, and the 10th characteristic of white supremacy culture is fear of open conflict. Fear of open conflict has burned so many careers, it is not even funny. This is the most corporate thing I've ever heard. If you are harmed at your job, there is an unwritten expectation that you are just supposed to shut up and take it. This is what it looks like in practice, and this is from dismantlingracism.org. It says people in power are scared of expressed conflict and try to ignore it or run from it. And notice it's saying people in power, so the people that actually can do something about the conflict. When someone raises an issue that causes discomfort, the response is to blame the person for raising the issue rather than to look at the issue that is actually causing the problem. This is what is ruining so many people's careers, a characteristic of white supremacy, that fear of open conflict. There are so many people that have been relentlessly bullied, antagonized, and attacked in the workplace, and when they bring the issue up, they are seen as the problem. This is what makes these environments so insufferable. The people in power refuse to take any responsibility for the team dynamics. And in fact, they willfully ignore the problems in the organization and call it leadership. In my opinion, this is a nightmare for neurodivergent people for so many reasons. First, your justice sensitivity alarm is going to get fried in an environment like this. There are so many injustices happening all around you, and you are not going to just be able to look the other way. Another reason is that you're going to be seen as different. You just fundamentally stand out as different in an environment like this. And if something happens to you, you're not going to just take it. You're going to want to fight. And even if it's justified, it's not going to matter because you standing up for yourself, you advocating for yourself is going to be seen as what the problem is, not the harm that's being caused to you. They want you just, once again, to shut up and take it. So why is this happening? It's happening because one of the tenets of white supremacy is that fear of open conflict, because people believe that you're supposed to be polite, you're supposed to be good, and if you're not doing that, you're a problem, even if something bad is happening to you. That means they see raising issues as being impolite, as being rude, as being something that you're not supposed to be doing, no matter what it's about. That means that they only care about optics. They do not care about integrity. When it comes to conflict, they will happily bury it, then address it or fix it, no matter how detrimental it is to the organization. So often, the people that are getting fired are not the people that are actually causing the problems, but the ones that are pointing it out. Here are the antidotes from dismantlingracism.org. It says, role play ways to handle conflict before conflict happens. So actually invest in the idea of conflict resolution instead of just running and burying your head in the sand. Distinguish between being polite and raising hard issues. Don't require those who raise hard issues to raise them in an acceptable way, especially if you're using the ways in which issues are being raised as an excuse to not address those issues, which makes sense. Once a conflict is resolved, take the opportunity to revisit it and see how it might have been handled differently. So I don't know, like learn from the things that happen that go wrong in the organization and actually get better, because otherwise it's just a Groundhog Day over and over and over again. You're just really reliving the same bullshit every single day where people pretend like all the toxic shit that's happening is not happening. If the company that you are working for is just blindly following the rules of white supremacy and they don't seem like they even notice that it's happening, then they are not going to change. They have no reason to change. They don't even see that they have a problem. So that means you are going to continue to suffer. If you're not in a position of power at this company, then you are, again, I'm going to say it again, at the mercy of it. So that means that sometimes your best option to not participate in white supremacy is to walk away. If you're a neurodivergent woman and you're sick of corporate and you're ready to build something on your own, but you don't know where to begin, I've opened a community. We have 7 members so far, including myself, and we are working through together how to get out of corporate. We'd love to have you. We need to do this together because the system is designed to keep us trapped in our shitty 9-to-5s.
White people, come to the front. When you see a video of someone of another race saying anything that could be taken by white people as like offensive or like othering or just like shitting on white people, basically, your anger in that moment is not directed towards that person speaking or any other group. It's your own. It's your own. Like, you should be upset with your own group, with other white people, and the decades, generations, hundreds of years that white people have made it miserable for other groups, and that's why they have the opinions that they do now. Your anger should be towards other white people because they're not doing enough to make people in other groups feel comfortable, supported, and safe, and feel like white people are not a risk and they're not a threat. So yeah, I don't know. I see a lot of the time like videos pop up on my For You page of people of any other race. Specifically, I'll say it's black people for my For You page, like particularly. And every time I go in the comments, it's a video of somebody talking about how like they can't really count on white people, or they don't even like directly say it, but it's kind of like insinuated, you know, that not enough white people are doing enough and that kind of thing. And then you go in the comments and you see all these white people that are playing victim and saying things like, well, but I'm an ally, and like, why are you singling us out? Because like I do as much as I can, and like I do everything that I can to fight for you guys. Yeah, clearly not enough if you're in the comments saying that. You need to learn more, because you need to understand why you feel that way and why you commenting angrily on that thread in those comments on that video. You need to understand why that's not helpful and why it actually shows that you're not a safe person. You're not one of the safe white people. Like, you're not one of the ones that is safe to be around for them. Like, you have to understand that. And your anger should be directed towards other white people because they have created an environment and a space and a society where other people that are not white have to feel that way about white people. Like, that's what it is. It's not because of anything other than that. Okay? Of course, there are extremes on both sides. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like baseline. You need to understand that your anger is misdirected. It's misguided. If you are directing your anger towards the poster or anybody of any other race that is saying these things or feeling a certain type of way about white people, you need to understand that that's not their fault. It's white people's fault. for creating an environment in which they have to feel that way, which they do not have a choice, might I add. Okay, I hope that made sense. I just remember when I was first unlearning everything from my small little hick town, okay, country, like cornfields everywhere, hardly anyone living there, and all Christians, okay. When I was unlearning everything, that was a big one for me. And it took me embarrassingly long to unravel all of that in my head. So I'm sure that other white people are dealing with that too, and I see it in the comments on these videos. So that's who this video is for. But yeah, just you need to learn more about why they feel that way and realize that whenever you get angry or you're like, well, I'm a good ally, so like I don't want to be singled out, and why do you always have to talk about white people and like shit on us all the time, blah, 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 blah. They have valid reason, more than valid reason. They have proof and evidence and generational traumas and horrific history to back up their feelings towards white people, okay? The best thing you can do is educate other white people that are not educated yet so that the world is less scary for them. And then we're all able to live happily ever after, okay? One day, hopefully. So yeah, just wanted to put that out there. All right, white people, let's do better. Let's do better, okay? All right, love you, bye.
Family, please listen to something that Donald Trump said in regards to our National History, African American Museum and History and Culture in D.C. You know that he is removing many of the artifacts out of there, return them to their owners, because he says museums in our nation's capital should be places where individuals go to learn, not to be subjected to ideological indoctrination or divisive narratives that distort our shared history. First of all, that is such ignorance. So you're saying that you want to remove what really happened in American history because it's divisive, but yet you all had a problem when we were telling you all you need to remove the Confederate flags, remove these Confederate statues because they were divisive. You know, when I first saw this, that what the president and many of his racist cohorts are trying to do, they're trying to erase us. We know that. And at first I got angry and then I got nervous, but then I got quiet. And I said, you know what? God is not going to allow this. Black people will never be erased, and more so our ancestors won't. See, white people, I'm explaining something to you all, especially you racist white folk. God has given you all ample enough time to turn away and repent from your evil, wicked ways, and also to repent on behalf of your ancestors. But you still refuse to do it, and you still sit in your white evangelical nationalist churches and preach this God of love. But yet you want to erase history. If your history is so bad and you are so good now, why can't you teach that, hey, this is what we used to be. This is how we used to treat blacks. This is how we used to treat Native Americans. This is how we used to treat Jews. But now we have learned. You know why you can't do that? Because you have not learned. You haven't. I'm telling you, white folk, your day of reckoning is coming. But it's not coming from where you think. See, our ancestors have been quiet in their graves. They have been quiet. And see, many of you all, you don't believe in all of that, but I'm telling you the truth. I'm telling you what I know. You keep removing our artifacts. Removing our artifacts from this museum is like troubling a cemetery. And I'm telling you now, God is not pleased and the ancestors are not pleased. See, we battle a spiritual war, right? So you can sit up here all day long and read your Bibles and quote your little verses while you sit in your white churches, drive your little Harley Davidson gang to your white churches while you sit in the pews drinking your coffee and looking so smug and arrogant. But when judgment starts falling on your home and on your church and on your people, don't look at us. Because God said, I've given these people enough time and they still have not repented for the sins of their forefathers. And for that, judgment must come. So black folk, this is a little troubling that they're going to remove stuff. But hey, we're not attached to things, right? It doesn't matter. Because you can take away artifacts, you can do whatever you want, but you can never take away the sincerity, the passion, the vigor, the brilliance of our people. And you damn sure not going to stop our next generation. Racist white folk, watch yourself. You are sinners in the hands of an angry God, and he is not pleased with you.
If you can't trust nothing, or you can't trust no one, you could surely trust nature to tell you the truth. When you look out this window, you see the tree and the cloud. The cloud reminds you of cotton, the cotton field, where your ancestors sacrificed, worked hours, long hours, 12 hours, sometimes more, to pave a way for you all, just so you can shit on them. These clouds should be a reminder to you all of what you are fighting for every day, why you are here, and what is your purpose. These clouds out there on top of those trees, that reminds you of that cotton, should remind you every day of where you will go, what you will be doing if you all don't get it together. See, the cotton grows on the tree. It takes about 2 years for cotton to revive itself. What you've been seeing in films is your ancestors picking cotton from shrubs and bushes. Now, how is that significant? It's significant because it will show you and tell you how conniving and disgusting these white people are. See, the sun shines in that blue sky. It rises and it sets. White people didn't want to work the cotton field. Not because they couldn't, but because they got a lot of pleasure of watching your ancestors sacrifice their lives, bleed, die, deteriorate. It was all for shits and giggles. The shrubs of cotton that you see was sprayed so that they wouldn't grow into trees. They used a growth regulator, a plant growth regulator, that instead of them waiting 2 years for that cotton tree to grow, they will stay as shrubs so your ancestors could break their fucking backs. So they can break their fucking backs. So they can sweat in the sun. So their hands could prick and bleed from that cotton. They could have waited 2 years. They chose not to. They've been playing this game. Manipulating shit. Trying to play God and shit. They're unnatural to this world. It was all for shits and giggles what they did to your ancestors. They enjoyed it. They could have waited for that cotton tree to grow. 2 years, that's all it took. They could have just made a little apparatus, a stick, go in that tree, plug them down. They chose not to. They enjoyed their pain. The same way they enjoy your pain now. Going to work every day. Not having time for your children. Not having time for yourself. They enjoy it. Even the diabetes, where you see your grandparents, your mothers, sometimes your kids pricking their fingers. That's a reminder of the cotton field. They enjoy it. You really think it's normal to have these diseases, to have diabetes? How about if I tell you it comes from the cotton field? It comes from those growth regulators that they've been spraying. A lot of these diseases that they say is genetic came from those plant regulating hormones. It sounds crazy, but it's the truth, because nature doesn't lie. Everything that they are doing to you right now is for shits and giggles. They enjoy it. They could have went out there when the sun went down and did the work. They chose not to. They could have worn some protective clothing and went out there. They chose not to. They got a pleasure out of the pain of your ancestors, as they do today. They get a pleasure when you cry, when you hear your son's been shot in the streets. They get a pleasure out of that shit. And there you are, shitting on your ancestors every day. Because you think it won't be you. It can't be you that's going to go through this. You're going through it now. They just gave you some cheap clothing to put on. Put their names on it. You're no different from your ancestors. That's you right there, working that cotton field, working for that money. That's what it's made of. Hybrid cotton. It's hybrid, not even real cotton. Fake shit. Just so they could laugh at you. So before you say you're not your ancestor, look outside, look up. Look at them clouds. You're in the cotton field.
White people do not like black people. Forget the fake smiles they put on their face whenever they see you. Deep down their hearts, they don't love black people. White people do not want to see the progress of Africa. They also do not want to see the progress of black people wherever you are. Man, I live in Europe and I know what I'm talking about. White people derive joy in making life difficult for the black man or black woman. What other race, like the Chinese, the Arabs, people from the Middle East, what they get easily in Europe, the white man will make it very difficult for the black man or black woman to get. In fact, at times, I ask myself, what did we do to these people that they hate us so much? Not only we, the grown-ups, they also hate our children. That is, they do not want our children to grow. Even when our children are the best, they still try to suppress them. But these same white people, when they go to Africa, you see African people celebrate them, welcome them, give them the best, treat them with respect. Even they live in the best neighborhoods, get all they deserve in Africa. But here in Europe, they treat us like animals, like subhumans. In fact, they don't even care how we feel. They don't even care how our children feel. They do it like there is nothing you can do. Do you understand what I mean? That's how they behave towards us. Like, you can't do anything. We can treat you however we want to treat you. This is our country. This is our continent. You can go to hell. In fact, they make you go to hell before you get anything from them. I listen to me. Sometimes when I stay on my own, I wonder. Even they treat the black people, they treat black people as the lowest type of human being. That's how they treat us. Even they will do it in your face. That is, what can you do? We treat you however we want. And they don't even care how you feel. It is so sad that these people do not have these human feelings. They are cold-hearted. These Europeans, they are cold-hearted. I want to end this video here. My name is Rodi. See you in my next video.
You know what I think we need to do? We need to start teaching our children the same thing that they are teaching their children. They're teaching their children to white people. They're teaching them how to be from a small age. And our little white children are growing up and going out into this world not prepared, feeling guilty, thinking that there's something wrong with them. And I think that, I know that it probably sounds a little out there, but our little one, they need to be prepared what could happen to them in certain situations. These people say they're the ones that live in fear, and they're the ones that are scared, and there's all these sundown towns, and everyone's against them, when we all actually know the truth. And our kids and our family members and just people that are not aware of what's really out there working against us, they need to know. And don't feel bad for going to people that you love and care about and saying, hey, don't go to these big festivals in cities. Don't go where there are large groups of these people. Don't go there because you don't know what could happen. Because I'll tell you this right now, when I do have grandkids, I'm going to make sure that they don't have an ounce of white. I'm going to make sure that they know that they have done nothing wrong, and not to let anyone in this world convince them that they are less than anyone else due to their...
I think that that's fair. I do. I genuinely think that that's fair because what we've been witnessing over the last 10, 20, 30 years is there's been so much white guilt, and it absolutely aggravates me when I see that. Because, and one of the reasons why it aggravates me is because when I see all of these people running around with white guilt that has never actually experienced or done anything to anybody else, or they weren't a part of being a slave owner or something like that. When I see these people running around, usually what they do is they just enable bad behavior. And what happens is they start to become overly liberal because they are looking to be an apologist. They're looking to make other people feel good. And it's so fake and it's weak and it's phony. And instead of people being able to take ownership and a responsibility for their circumstance, we just enable other people to continue to hate more.
So guys, I hope you have watched that video and you have seen right now white people, they are now realizing that black people, they are becoming more successful in America, and also right now they can't bully black people, especially what it is going on in America right now. You know, for a very long time, we have been seeing white people that have been voting against racism. These people that have been voting to punish black people, but this time round, it is like, it is just like God is using this administration, Donald Trump administration, to punish the white folks, because these white folks that have been voting to punish black people and immigrant people. But right now, we have been seeing majority of them, they are now crying in America. Majority of them, even they cannot afford basic necessities. We have been seeing majority of the white farmers, they are crying, they are going bankrupt, and also majority of the white farmers, they are crying because their workers, they are vanishing. Their workers, they are not showing up in the farms. Because of that, they are losing the crops in the farm. So this is tell you that these people right now, they are being punished because of the wrongdoings that they have been doing for a very long time. And also guys, we have been seeing how black people, they have been treated in America. We have seen the kind of oppression. We have been seeing how the black people that have been going through racism, how black people that have been given less opportunity in America. So this time round, it is God has come through for black people, and God is using this administration to punish the white folks. And also guys, you can I have some of the comments here from majority of our black people who they have come out and also share their thoughts on the comment section. And also guys, you can share your thoughts on the comment section. Tell me, what do you feel about topic of today? Right now, white people, they are realizing that they cannot bully black people anymore, because these people that have been bullying black people, not only black people in America, you have been seeing how these first world countries, they have been treating the black countries by calling them the third world country. And yet these people, they usually take the resources from this third world country, and they're building their country with the resources from this third world country, so-called Africa. So right now, these people, they're realizing that their country is going down, and they are now seeing that their country, it is falling down. And for me, I keep on telling you that Babylon, it is falling. This so-called country, America, the dream country that people, they have been that they have been telling their people that America, it is a dream country, soon it is going to fall down. And these people, they need to repent, and they need to pay reparation to the black people because of what these people, they did during slavery. So let me just read some of the comment here and see what other people, they have also come out and share, and I'll talk about today's topic. So this one saying that the first guy is right. Karma is already in full effect. Yeah, so right now it is like these people, they are going through karma because of the wrong things that these people that have been doing towards black people. We have been seeing how these people they have been treating black people, and right now karma, it is in full effect and they are really feeling it. So this one saying that the first shall be last and the last shall be first. Yeah, so this one is saying the first shall be last and the last shall be first. So this is to tell you that these people that have been calling our country, the black countries, African country, third world country, they have been calling their country first world country. So right now we are seeing first world countries, it is falling down. And this is to tell you that this first world country that they are calling America, Babylon, it is going to fall down. And the last country that they are calling, which it is Africa, it will become the first country. So this is now things, it is now changing, and these people, they need to repent. So this one is saying that they have been secretly admiring our culture and strength since day one. Yeah, these people, they have been admiring our culture since day one. So this one saying that if anybody just saw that tennis player reaction to the black tennis player, she acted like she was supposed to win, irregardless to the hard talent, just because she is a palm covered. This one is saying that I am Hispanic Mexican, but in order for America to clean its debt from God, it needs to pay them back for the harm. Yeah, so I've been telling you that you can see even this Mexican is coming out and telling us that if America, they need they need to maintain their country, they need to start paying for the damage that they did. They need to start paying black people their reparation. They need to compensate those families. They need to pay for the damages that they did, and also they need to return some of the stolen things that they have been stealing in Africa or in the black countries. They need to return so that their country can be safe. But right now, America, it is not safe, and also majority of people right now, they are avoiding America. So this one is saying that in what way we have never benefited from anything. Black history is American history. So this one saying that this is a different generation and they are not going to put up with what their grandparents and ancestors went through. They were born free and not a slave. Be aware. So right now, this is a new generation, and this is called Generation Gen Z. We know how Generation Gen Z, they are operating. These people, they know exactly what they know their rights. They know what the government they need to do, and that's why you can see things are really changing, and people, they are waking up. Black people, they wake up. They know their rights. They know exactly what the government should do to them. So this one saying that just not they want you to be uncomfortable because they don't want you there. That's it, point blank. So this one saying that blessed to be black. Yeah, blessed to be black. I'm so proud to be a black. So this one saying that don't get it twisted. We have always been better. The reason for all of this hatred for us. Yeah, so we black people, we have been always been better than these other races. But these other races, what they have towards us black people, it is hatred. They hate us because we are very smart. They hate us because we have energy. They hate us because we are the real Jews. So this is why these people, they always hated. And you can see in the all of the invention in this world, around 80% it is black people, they came out and invent. So this is to tell you that black people, we are very smart, we are very intelligent, and that's why these other races, they hate us. So this one is saying that is exactly, you can't control our joy. Just let us alone. So this one saying that, oh, it's going to be fixed, just not by them haters. Yeah. So this one saying that biblical fact proven. Yeah, so I have here another comment. The price and cost of racism and bigotry is not what it once was in America. The price now far exceeds the ability to pay for its presence and utilization, a lesson many Americans are about to learn at their own personal, professional expenses and experience. So this one is saying that black people are God-chosen people. Yeah, black people are God-chosen people. So this one is saying that first pastor tried to tell them we are God's people, and he is planning redemption, restoration, and revenge to those who have been confederate against us. He promised 400 years of captivity, and that's what we got. But what did he promise? Esau double and into eternity. So this one saying that evil hate life can't coexist. We gotta wrap our mind around that. So this one saying that no, I don't ever want to be around those people ever again. I mean that it should we have taken this long for this fake as charge of heart. So this one saying that the first white lady in this video is so right on point, and all the other white in this video is on point. I have known a lot of white people and have never knew white that are this on point. Yeah, so this one saying that bully who, wrong era of people. We are not African, we are the American Indians. There are some African here, but we are not the same people. We can prove it too. Yeah, so this one saying that we have been better. Yeah, black people, they have been better. So this one saying that I guess I am in the minority. I am waiting for something to jump off in America. If those people put the creator first, they would be all right. So this one is saying that you are saltiness, better back the fuck up. We already owe you big time. So this one saying that if you are this obsessed with racial division, you should go to therapy. Yeah, so these people, they have been always separating themselves with black people, and these people, they need to go to the therapy. So this one is saying that everything in our world is vain. Seek for you while he let me just read it, this one. Thanks, this is great. This one saying that truth be told partially. Yeah, truth should be told partially, and I'm loving it how this time the truth, it is unfolding itself. So kindly guys, subscribe if you haven't, like this video, share, and also comment. See you in my next one. Bye bye.